The massive alien ship appeared over New York City on a quiet Sunday morning. Its sleek, silver hull reflected the sunlight, casting strange shadows on the buildings below. Unlike the chaos portrayed in movies, people remained surprisingly calm. Years of sci-fi entertainment had somehow prepared humanity for this moment. The ship belonged to the Galactic Council, a federation of advanced alien species that had ruled the known universe for over 10,000 years. They had watched Earth for centuries, waiting for the right moment to make contact. Or so they thought. Ambassador Thomas Walker stood at the United Nations building, straightening his tie as he prepared to meet the alien representatives. As Earth's chosen diplomat, he carried the weight of humanity on his shoulders. Next to him stood General Maria Rodriguez, her military uniform crisp and perfect, representing Earth's combined defense forces. The alien delegation emerged from their ship, floating down on a beam of light. Their leader, Ambassador High Lord Ixel, towered over the humans at 9 feet tall. His crystalline skin sparkled, and his 4 eyes blinked in an unsettling pattern. "Greetings, primitive species," Ixel's translator echoed in perfect English. "We come to offer you protection and guidance under the Galactic Council's benevolent rule." Walker maintained his diplomatic smile, though his jaw tightened at the word primitive. "We welcome peaceful dialogue between our civilizations, High Lord Ixel." The meeting moved inside the UN building. Representatives from every nation watched as Ixel displayed a hologram of the galaxy. "Earth will become our newest protectorate. You will surrender all military capabilities and accept our governance. In return, we will grant you access to basic space travel technology." General Rodriguez stepped forward. "With all due respect, Earth is a sovereign planet. We're interested in friendship, not submission." Ixel's crystalline skin flashed red. "You misunderstand. This is not a negotiation. The Council has spoken. You have 2 Earth weeks to comply or face isolation from all galactic trade routes." The room erupted in angry murmurs. Walker raised his hand for silence. "Perhaps we could discuss more balanced terms." "Balanced?" Ixel laughed, a sound like breaking glass. "Your species still burns fossil fuels. You haven't even colonized your own moon. What could you possibly offer the Council?" Walker exchanged a knowing look with Rodriguez. Unknown to the Council, humanity had advanced far beyond their public technology. The alien crashes at Roswell and other sites hadn't gone to waste. Earth's secret space fleet waited in hidden bases beneath the Antarctic ice and the dark side of the moon. "We request time to discuss your terms with all Earth nations," Walker said carefully. 2 weeks, Ixel repeated. "After that, you will submit or face the consequences." The alien delegation departed, leaving behind a tense silence. As soon as they left, Walker's diplomatic mask dropped. "Contact the Security Council. It's time to activate Protocol Omega." General Rodriguez nodded, already making calls. They have no idea what they're walking into. Humanity hasn't survived this long by being weak. In underground facilities around the world, classified technology powered up. Soldiers trained in secret space combat programs prepared for deployment. Earth had hoped for peaceful first contact, but they had always prepared for the worst. "Send word to the lunar base," Walker ordered, "and contact Dr. Roberts at the Quantum Defense Initiative. Tell them it's time to test the reverse-engineered shield technology." The next 2 weeks would determine Earth's fate, but the Galactic Council had made a crucial mistake. They had threatened humanity's freedom. Throughout history, nothing had united humans more effectively than a common enemy. As night fell over New York, the alien ship loomed in the sky like a warning. But in secure facilities around the globe, humanity's hidden strength stirred to life. The Council thought they were dealing with a primitive species. They were about to learn just how wrong they were. Deep beneath the Antarctic ice, Earth's greatest secret hummed with power. The massive underground hangar stretched for miles, housing sleek spacecraft that would put science fiction movies to shame. Dr. James Roberts walked through the facility, his footsteps echoing off metal walls as technicians prepared for what might become humanity's first interstellar war. Status report. He called out to his lead engineer, Mike Turner, who was checking the quantum shields on their flagship vessel, the EDS Defiant. All systems are ready, sir, Turner replied, his tablet displaying complex diagnostics. The reverse-engineered shields are actually performing better than the original alien technology. Turns out human innovation improved their efficiency by 300%. For 30 years, Earth's governments had quietly collaborated on the Global Defense Initiative. They had salvaged technology from crashed alien ships, studied their communications, and prepared for this very moment. The public remained unaware that humanity had already achieved faster-than-light travel and weapons that could pierce advanced alien shields. In orbit around Jupiter, hidden by the gas giant's magnetic field, Earth's secret fleet of 20 warships maintained position. Admiral Helen Peters watched the tactical display from her command center on Luna Base. The ships represented 15 years of unified human engineering and determination. "The Council thinks we're defenseless," she said to her command staff. "That's exactly what we wanted them to believe." A lieutenant rushed into the command center. "Admiral, the Council ship is broadcasting again. They're demanding our answer." On Earth, Ambassador Walker stood before the United Nations once more. The alien ship cast its shadow over the building as High Lord Ixal waited for humanity's surrender. Instead of fear, Walker felt a surge of pride. "People of Earth," he began, his voice carried to every corner of the globe. "For generations, we have watched the stars. We have prepared, we have learned, and we have grown stronger. Today, we show the galaxy that humanity will not bow to tyranny." He turned to face Ixal. "We reject your terms. Earth will not surrender its sovereignty." The alien's crystalline skin flashed with rage. "Then you choose isolation and punishment. Our battle fleet will." "Will do nothing," Walker interrupted. He pressed a button on his podium. Suddenly, the sky lit up as Earth's atmospheric shield activated, a technology the Council thought impossible for primitives to possess. Ixal's eyes widened as his scans detected the energy barrier. "Impossible," he whispered. "Your species couldn't." "Couldn't what?" Walker smiled. "Couldn't reverse engineer your technology. Couldn't improve upon it. Couldn't prepare for this day." Around the world, hidden facilities powered up. The Antarctic base's massive doors slid open, revealing Earth's advanced ships. From the lunar surface, Admiral Peters gave the command, and humanity's Jupiter fleet began its journey home. "For decades, we've monitored your transmissions," Walker continued. "We know about the Council's corruption. We know how you exploit primitive species. Earth will not be your next victim." Ixal's translator crackled with interference as he tried to contact his ship. But Earth's quantum jamming technology, another impossible achievement, blocked all external communications. "This is your only warning." General Rodriguez stepped forward. "Leave Earth's space peacefully, or face the consequences of your actions." The alien ambassador finally showed fear as he realized just how badly the Council had misjudged humanity. Through the shield barrier, more ships became visible, Earth's defenders emerging from their hidden bases. "The Council will not forget this insult," Ixal threatened, but his voice trembled. "Good," Walker replied, "because neither will Earth." The alien delegation retreated to their ship, which quickly departed Earth's orbit. But everyone knew this was just the beginning. The Council would return with their fleet, expecting to crush a primitive world. In the Antarctic base, Dr. Roberts watched the first squadron of Earth ships take flight. Humanity had spent generations preparing for this moment, developing technologies in secret, training for space combat, and building weapons that could challenge even the Council's mighty fleets. The galaxy was about to learn that threatening Earth had been the Council's greatest mistake. 3 days after Earth's defiance, the Council's battle fleet arrived. 50 massive warships emerged from hyperspace, their weapons primed. Leading them was the Council's most decorated commander, Fleet Master Rax, who had never lost a battle in 3 centuries of service. These primitives dared to challenge us. He spoke to his bridge crew. We'll make an example of them for the entire galaxy. But as his fleet approached Earth's orbit, something was wrong. Their scanners detected no panic, no chaos, no desperate attempts at defense. Instead, Earth's cities continued their normal activities, protected by the shield that somehow matched Council technology. Fleet Master, his sensor officer, called out, "We're detecting strange energy readings from behind their moon." Before Rax could respond, Earth's true power revealed itself. Admiral Peter's fleet emerged from lunar orbit, their ships moving in perfect formation. The Council forces watched in shock as human vessels demonstrated maneuvers that should have been impossible for a primitive species. "All ships, battle positions," Rax ordered, hiding his surprise. "Show these humans the price of defiance." The space battle that followed would be remembered for centuries. Council ships fired their primary weapons, expecting easy victories. Instead, Earth's quantum shields absorbed the impacts. Dr. Roberts' improvements had worked perfectly. "Return fire," Admiral Peters commanded. "Show them what humanity can do." Earth's ships launched their first attack, using targeting systems that predicted enemy movements with uncanny accuracy. Years of studying Council battle tactics had prepared them for this moment. 3 Council warships exploded as human weapons pierced their defenses. "Impossible." Rax slammed his command console. "They're using banned quantum weaponry." "No, Fleet Master," his tactical officer corrected. "These are weapons we've never seen before. They're human innovations." On Earth, General Rodriguez coordinated with the orbital defense platforms. The Council had expected to face primitive missiles and basic energy weapons. Instead, they faced technology that humanity had developed in secret, combining alien science with human ingenuity. "Launch the drone swarms," Rodriguez ordered. Thousands of small, automated fighters emerged from hidden silos. Another human innovation. While the Council relied on large, powerful ships, Earth had developed swarm tactics. The tiny drones overwhelmed Council shields through sheer numbers, their quantum-tipped weapons finding weak points in alien defenses. "We've lost 15 ships," Rax's bridge crew reported. "Their weapons, they're adapting to our shield frequencies." Admiral Peters smiled as she watched the battle unfold. Launch Phase 2. From Jupiter's orbit, Earth's reserve fleet arrived, catching the Council forces in a perfect pincer movement. The aliens found themselves surrounded by technology that shouldn't have existed, facing tactics they'd never encountered. Fleet Master, his second-in-command, urged, "We must retreat. These humans, they're not what we thought." Rax watched in horror as another wave of his ships fell to Earth's forces. In just 1 hour of battle, he had lost half his fleet to a species that supposedly couldn't even reach their own moon. "Full retreat," he finally ordered. "Return to Council space immediately." As the remaining Council ships flowed into hyperspace, cheers erupted across Earth's fleet. Humanity's first major space battle had ended in victory, but everyone knew this was just the beginning. In the Antarctic Command Center, Dr. Roberts reviewed the battle data. "Their technology is still more advanced in some areas," he reported to the world leaders. "But our innovations, our unique approaches, they weren't prepared for human creativity." Ambassador Walker drafted a message to be broadcast across all Council frequencies. "Let this serve as proof. Earth will not bow. We will not surrender. Any further aggression will be met with the full force of human determination." The Council had made a fatal mistake. They had judged humanity by their public face, never suspecting the strength that lay hidden beneath. Now the galaxy would learn why Earth's history was filled with tales of unlikely victories and impossible achievements. The real war was just beginning. 2 weeks after their first defeat, the Council launched what they believed would be an overwhelming attack. This time, they sent 200 warships, enough to conquer most civilizations. But humans had spent the time preparing something special. Admiral Peters stood on the bridge of the EDS Defiant, watching the enemy fleet approach. Begin Operation Ghost. Earth's ships vanished from all sensors, using a cloaking technology that Dr. Roberts had developed by studying deep-sea creatures. The Council fleet, expecting a head-on battle, found themselves firing at empty space. "Where are they?" demanded Supreme Commander Vex of the Council forces. "Find those primitive vessels." But Earth's ships had already scattered, using a strategy inspired by ancient human naval warfare. Small, fast ships appeared from nowhere, struck hard at weak points, and disappeared before the Council could respond. "Sir, we've lost contact with Battle Group 7. A Council officer reported. "They just disappeared." In the darkness of space, human ships were implementing tactics that the Council had never faced. While alien civilizations focused on massive fleet battles, humanity had studied guerrilla warfare for centuries. Now they applied those lessons to space combat. Dr. Roberts coordinated from his Antarctic base, launched the EMPs, specially designed electromagnetic pulses, far more sophisticated than their Earth-bound cousins, swept through space. Council ships found their advanced systems failing, their crews confused by weapons designed to attack technology itself. "This is impossible." Vex watched as his mighty fleet was slowly torn apart. "They're not fighting according to any known combat doctrine." "That's because it's human doctrine," General Rodriguez transmitted from Earth. "We wrote our own rules." The Council's rigid military structure became their weakness. While their ships moved in traditional formations, Earth vessels struck from unexpected angles. Human pilots, trained in atmospheric combat, used space debris and planetary gravity to perform maneuvers that Council tactical computers classified as impossible. In the asteroid belt, a group of mining ships revealed themselves to be disguised warships, another trick from Earth's naval history. They emerged behind the Council fleet, cutting off their retreat path. "All ships, execute maneuver Hornet's Nest," Admiral Peters commanded. Earth's drone swarms, now upgraded with lessons from the first battle, swarmed through the Council fleet like angry insects. They targeted engines, weapons, and command centers with surgical precision. "Supreme Commander," a Council captain called in panic their attacks. "They're learning from each engagement. The weapons are adapting faster than our defenses." Vex watched in horror as his fleet was systematically dismantled. Council ships, designed for grand battles between equals, couldn't track or fight the countless small targets. Human AI systems, another technology they had hidden, coordinated attacks with microsecond precision. "Fall back," Vex finally ordered. "All ships, emergency retreat." But retreat wasn't easy. Earth ships had seeded their escape routes with quantum mines, another innovation that combined Council technology with human ingenuity. The mighty alien fleet found itself trapped, being picked apart by an enemy they couldn't effectively fight back against. In the end, only 60 Council ships escaped. The rest were either destroyed or disabled, their crews forced to surrender to Earth forces. Ambassador Walker addressed the captured Council officers. "You thought we would fight like you do. That was your mistake. Humanity has always excelled at adapting, at finding new ways to overcome superior forces." The news spread quickly across the galaxy. The mighty Council fleet, defeated again, not by superior technology, but by unconventional warfare and human innovation. Other species began watching Earth with new interest, especially those who had suffered under Council rule. "We're receiving transmissions from multiple civilizations," Dr. Roberts reported. "They're asking about our tactics, our technology, our willingness to share." The Council had unwittingly sparked something far more dangerous than a rebellion. They had shown the galaxy that their power wasn't absolute, that their advanced technology could be defeated by innovation and determination. Humanity was changing the rules of galactic warfare, and they were just getting started. The Council's capital world buzzed with nervous energy. In the Grand Chamber of the High Council, representatives from 1,000 worlds argued about the human problem. Two major defeats had shaken their confidence, But something even more dangerous was happening. "We've lost contact with the Centauri trade routes," a council member announced. "Reports indicate human ships are protecting merchant vessels from our tax collectors." High Chancellor Dex, the council's supreme leader, watched his carefully built empire beginning to crack. The humans weren't just fighting. They were inspiring others. On Earth, Ambassador Walker received another secret transmission, this time from the Arcturus Federation, a group of worlds that had been under council control for centuries. "We've studied your victories," their message read. "We want to help." In Antarctic Command, Dr. Roberts worked with alien scientists who had defected from the council. They brought knowledge of council weaknesses, eager to work with the species that had achieved the impossible. "Their entire system is built on fear," explained Dr. Roberts to Earth's leadership. "But they never expected someone to stand up to them successfully. Now that we have, others are finding their courage." Admiral Peters coordinated with the new allies. Earth ships began appearing across the galaxy, protecting weaker species from council harassment. Human technology, developed in secret and tested in battle, was shared with trusted partners. "The council's corruption goes deeper than we thought," General Rodriguez reported, reading intelligence from their new allies. "They've been suppressing technological advancement in other species for millennia, keeping everyone dependent on them." In space, a council warship approached the small trading vessel near the Orion sector. But before they could demand their usual bribes, 3 Earth ships decloaked around them. "This vessel is under Earth's protection," the human captain transmitted. "Leave immediately." The council ship retreated. Word spread quickly. Earth wasn't just fighting for itself, but for others too. More species began reaching out, sharing their own hidden technologies and strategies. "Sir," a communications officer called to Walker, "we're receiving data bursts from across the galaxy. Other species. They've been secretly preparing for this too." The council's grip was never as strong as they claimed. Dr. Roberts worked tirelessly, combining Earth's innovations with technologies from their new allies. What emerged was something the council had long feared: genuine cooperation between species, each contributing their unique strengths. "Another council fleet is gathering," Admiral Peters announced during a strategy meeting. "But this time, we won't face them alone." Ships from 12 different species joined Earth's fleet. Each brought their own style of combat, their own innovations that the council had forced them to hide. Together, they began systematically dismantling the council's control of key trade routes. In the council chamber, panic was setting in. "We've lost control of the Carina sector," an official reported. "Earth's alliance is growing stronger. They're sharing technology, strategies. They're undoing centuries of our work." High Chancellor Dex faced a terrible realization. By attacking Earth, they had created exactly what they had always feared: a united opposition. Humanity's resistance had shown others that the council wasn't invincible. "The humans don't want to rule," a junior council member dared to speak. "They just want freedom, and they're willing to help others achieve it too." On Earth, Walker received reports of more worlds breaking away from council control. Humanity's fierce retaliation had evolved into something bigger, a revolution that threatened the very foundation of council power. "We never wanted this war," he told Earth's leadership. "But now we have the opportunity to help create something better. A galaxy where species work together instead of being controlled by fear." The council had created their own worst nightmare. They had attacked a species that not only fought back successfully but inspired others to do the same. The balance of power wasn't just shifting, it was being completely rewritten. And Earth was leading the way. The moment had come for the final strike. Earth's combined fleet, now joined by ships from 20 different species, gathered near the edge of council space. Admiral Peters stood on the bridge of the enhanced EDS Defiant, watching as vessels of all shapes and sizes moved into formation. "All ships report ready," her tactical officer announced. "The council doesn't suspect we've discovered their headquarters location." Thanks to intelligence from their new allies, Earth had learned the Council's most closely guarded secret. Their true seat of power wasn't on their capital world, but hidden in an artificial space station near the galaxy's core. Dr. Roberts' voice came through the command channel. The quantum disruptors are ready. One shot at their main reactor will bring down their shields. The combined fleet jumped into hyperspace, using the new stealth drive that made their approach completely invisible. When they emerged, the Council's massive space station loomed before them, a structure larger than Earth's moon. Inside the station, High Chancellor Dex received the first warning too late. Multiple hostile ships detected. It's impossible. They found us. All ships, execute Battle Plan Thunder. General Rodriguez commanded from Earth. The fleet split into smaller groups, each targeting specific weak points that their allies had identified. Earth's ships led the assault, their advanced shields absorbing the station's initial defensive fire. Behind them, vessels from other liberated worlds launched their own unique weapons, technologies they had developed in secret during centuries of Council oppression. Their defenses are stronger than expected, Admiral Peters noted as the first wave of attacks was deflected. Implement Operation Checkmate. Suddenly, thousands of small drones emerged from Earth's ships. But these weren't normal attack drones. They carried Dr. Roberts' latest innovation. Each drone released a cloud of nanobots that began eating through the station's outer hull. "They're inside our systems," a Council technician screamed. "The machines, they're changing our code." The station's mighty weapons turned against its own defensive ships. Council commanders watched in horror as their automated systems betrayed them, a result of Earth's advanced cyber warfare capabilities. High Chancellor Dex tried to maintain order. Launch all fighters. Protect the core reactor. But the Council had never faced an enemy like this, not just Earth, but a coalition of species working together, each contributing their specialized knowledge. Former slaves had become liberators, turning centuries of oppression into motivation for victory. Target locked. Admiral Peters announced. "Dr. Roberts, you may fire when ready." The quantum disruptor, built with technology from 5 different species, fired a beam of pure energy at the station's reactor. Council shields, designed to stop physical weapons, couldn't block this new form of attack. Direct hit. The station's power began to fluctuate. Emergency systems failed as the quantum disruption spread through their networks. High Chancellor Dex watched his monitors go dark. How? How did they do this? "Because you never understood us." Ambassador Walker's voice came through all channels. "Humans don't just fight. We innovate, we adapt, and most importantly, we work together." The station's reactor began to fail. Council leaders rushed to evacuation pods as their mighty headquarters crumbled around them. Centuries of tyranny were ending in a single decisive battle. "All ships, begin rescue operations," Admiral Peters ordered. "We're not here for revenge. Show them the difference between their rule and ours." Earth vessels moved in to capture escape pods and rescue stranded crew members. Even in victory, humanity demonstrated the principles they had fought for: justice, not vengeance. As the station's lights flickered out, a new era began. The Council's chain of command was broken, their hidden power base destroyed. But more importantly, their lie of superiority had been exposed. "Send word to all worlds," Walker commanded. "The Council's reign is over. It's time to build something better." The galaxy would never be the same. Earth's retaliation had evolved into a revolution, proving that determination, innovation, and cooperation could overcome even the most entrenched power. 1 year after the fall of the Council's hidden station, representatives from hundreds of worlds gathered on Earth. The United Nations building had been expanded to accommodate beings of all shapes and sizes. Ambassador Walker looked out at the assembled delegates, still amazed by how much had changed. "The first Galactic Assembly will now begin," he announced. "Earth is honored to host this historic gathering." Where the Council had once ruled through fear, a new system of cooperation was taking shape. Dr. Roberts had transformed the Antarctic base into a center for shared technological development, where scientists from different species worked together openly. "Our latest project is ready," he told Admiral Peters, who now commanded the combined defense fleet. "A faster-than-light drive that combines innovations from 20 different worlds, something the Council claimed was impossible." The former Council worlds were transforming. Without artificial restrictions on their development, species that had been labeled primitive were revealing centuries of hidden progress. Earth had become a symbol of what was possible when determination met opportunity. General Rodriguez, working with military leaders from other worlds, had established a new defense protocol. "No single species will have total control," she explained to the assembly. "We protect each other, learn from each other." In orbit above Earth, ships of various designs patrol together. The former Council fleet, now reformed and integrated with vessels from other worlds, had become a peacekeeping force rather than an instrument of oppression. "We're receiving another application for membership," Walker announced to the assembly. "The Proxima colonies wish to join our alliance." High Chancellor Dex, now standing trial for centuries of Council crimes, watched from his cell as his former empire transformed into something he had never imagined possible. The very diversity he had tried to suppress had become the galaxy's greatest strength. "I still don't understand," he told his human guards. "How did you know it would work, creating an alliance instead of an empire?" "Because that's the human way," Walker explained during a visit. "We've learned through our own history that true strength comes from working together, not from domination." In the new Galactic Assembly Chamber, representatives debated and discussed as equals. Species that had once been enemies under Council rule now collaborated on solving shared problems. Earth's example had shown that cooperation could achieve more than conquest. "The first trade agreement under the new system is ready for signing," announced a delegate from a former Council world. "Free exchange of knowledge and resources, with protections for developing civilizations." Dr. Roberts continued to surprise everyone with innovations that combine technologies from multiple species. "When we share our knowledge," he explained to a group of young scientists, "we all grow stronger." Admiral Peters' fleet had a new mission: exploring unknown regions of space, making peaceful contact with new civilizations. The fear that had marked the Council era was being replaced by curiosity and cooperation. "We've discovered another hidden species," she reported to the assembly. "They've been watching us, seeing how we handled the Council's fall. They want to join us." The galaxy was healing, growing, evolving. Earth's fierce retaliation had opened the door to something greater, a future where strength came from unity rather than fear. The human spirit of innovation and determination had sparked a change that would last for generations. Ambassador Walker stood at his podium, looking at the assembled representatives of a transformed galaxy. "1 year ago, we fought for our freedom. Today, we build something together. Let this be the legacy of Earth's stand against tyranny. Not just victory in war, but the creation of peace." The assembly erupted in applause. Outside, Earth's cities glowed beneath the night sky, now filled with ships from 100 worlds. Humanity had not only survived its greatest challenge, it had helped forge a new future for all species. The story of Earth's fierce retaliation had become legend, but the true victory wasn't in the battles won. It was in the peace that followed, in the alliances formed, and in the proof that determination, innovation, and cooperation could change the very structure of the galaxy. The end.